Hello and welcome to the Final Boss Draft League Week 4, Day 2. We are here between the CaseOhs and Animal Farm. Today is just going to be Deuce Kim, all Deuce Kim. I will be your only caster for these hopefully incredible games that are going to be getting into underway soon. So first on the case, Game 1, we have a very close game point-wise, 148 versus 143. So, it's Game 1, could be going either way. It's going to come down to, as always, that execution, that teamwork, that drafting. And we are getting, we are in draft. We are just waiting for everyone to get started. Go away, Tate. You don't exist here today. It's just Deuce time. Yeah, all Deuce. We are still waiting for the draft to start, assuming we have the correct link. Alright, so should be starting. Alright. Draft has finally started. CaseOhs on blue side, Animal Farm on red. Immediate ban of the Kaisa. She has been seeing a lot more popularity with some of the item changes and a lot of the really absurd things getting nerfed. Dusk and Dawn still very strong on her, making use of a lot of different build options, so not too surprising to see her go away early. Responsive pollution ban. I guess he is also popping up in popularity with the Essence Reaver changes, with the crit damage itself being changed. So we're seeing some priority picks. Amumu, very generic pick, but still very, very strong. That teamfight potential. Is that going to be the Gwendolyn band away? It is the Gwen ban. Even with the Dusk and Dawn nerfs, they still think it's too strong an individual pick for Frosty in the top side. The last ban for CaseOhs will be that Karma trend to deny some of that early laning pressure from the bot side coming out from Rifle and Waros. And the final ban from Animal Farm in this Game 1, what will it be? That Ambessa. Now, CaseOhs for that all-important first pick. What are they looking? They look for that strong ADC, that strong reliable jungler, or maybe a flex pick. Something comfort they think they can run the game on. What is their blue side pick one? The Tristana. So a pick traditionally we've seen ADC and mid. Recently, with some of the item changes, I've been seeing her more mid lane, actually, but you never know. Could go either way. Strong pick, scales well. I like it. It's a little flexible, but still not too outrageous. Ooh, I'm always down to see a Twitch. Come on. Give us the rat boy. Yes! Mr. I was hiding! It is a Twitch from Animal Farm. So an ADC that plays less like an ADC, more like an assassin, but still very powerful in those late game team fights. Once you get the Hurricane, get 2 to 3 items. A new pick R2. I'll just be blunt, that was not in my card to predict, but immediate response to the Braum Volibear. So CaseOhs most likely going to be interested on the bot lane with that Braum, pairs very well, can easily proc that Braum passive, land the CC, get the explosive charts fully stacked. And that wall being a massive pain for Twitch in this team fight, this ult will not go through that Braum shield. Volibear just very generically strong champion at the moment with the Dusk and Dawn, with Cosmic Drive, with these 2 item spikes. Just a monster in top lane and jungle, but I believe primarily in top lane. Does that strike me as a Frosty champion? Kind of. Not sure. Have to see where they're going, as it is the Lulu for Animal Farm to round out that bot lane with the Twitch Lulu pairing, a classic bot lane duo, giving Twitch that attack speed and move speed he needs to really become a menace in those late game team fights, as well as one-shotting most ADCs in that side lanes. As we move into second pick and ban phase, Animal Farm banning away the Fiora. They do not they believe that is a Volibear jungle. They do not want to risk Frosty getting one of his comfort picks. Okay, so there's 2 bans left. Most likely going to be... who are they worried about? Not sure. Malzahar. Okay, so they just want to deny these generic safe picks. They want to force Animal Farm to play the game into them because they have a chance to outplay them. Alright, and last ban from Animal Farms in this game 1. What they're gonna do? They worry about another top laner, they worry about another mid. Just gonna ban away the Frosty Aatrox. I do not blame them in the slightest. If you were here for Season 0, you saw a dominant performance from that man. So it was always a champion to get a good takeaway from him. One less hyper carry. As CaseOhs rounding out their last ban. What are they going to take away? It will be the Ornn ban. So CaseOhs really trying to make Animal Farm play this game, take away these safe scaling options, and saying, okay, you want to make it to that late game, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to actually survive and outplay in laning phase. But Animal Farm seems to disagree. They're going to play towards this scaling as they lock in the Aurelion Soul. When you want to talk about late game scaling, you cannot get much more powerful than Aurelion Soul. Being able to clear entire waves with just one ability from across the map. Because eventually he will, the E from Aurelion Soul will be the size of the entire wave matching with that Twitch. Massive team fight as immediate lock from CaseOhs, Camille and Ahri to finish up the CaseOhs draft. So a very aggressive go in. They have the Camille, the Ahri, the Volibear, the Braum. Their goal is simple: go in, delete someone, and run away with these team fights with the resets on the Tristana and the Ahri. Animal Farms, what is your response into this Camille, this Frosty Camille? Ooh, ooh. It will be the Shen. I believe it's a decently strong matchup into the Camille, and still being a lot of utility for that Twitch, being able to use that Stand United on the invisible Twitch, act as that classic submarine comp, as it's sometimes been called, or just also that option of bailing out a teammate when they get jumped by the Ahri, the Camille, the Tristana, the Volibear. So we're seeing a very simple comp from CaseOhs of just do good, outplay them. While the Animal Farm's really playing for that late game scaling, play it slow, wait for their moments with the Aurelion Soul, with the Twitch Lulu. Who do I think won this draft? Let's think this through. Ignoring the actual players, like ignoring nameplates, ignoring all that, ignoring the history. I think just comp-wise alone, I think the CaseOhs have a lot of engage tools, but I don't know if they have the damage to clean up before Shen ult. Lulu polymorphs and wild growth. Twitch and Aurelion Soul open up and try to get those quick kills. I think purely on draft alone, I'm gonna have to give it to Animal Farm. Now, who do I think is going to win the game? It's gonna come down to can CaseOhs get that lead going. I think this one could be very close. I think both teams drafted very well. But We're gonna find out when we come back for game 1 who's gonna take this game. Hello and welcome back to Final Boss Draft League Season 1 Week 4 Day 2 Game 1 between the CaseOhs and Animal Farm. From the CaseOhs we have Frosty in the top lane, the Kuna in the jungle, Melt Tower in the mid lane, and then Darkoth and Autumn Leaf in the bottom. And from Animal Farm we have Tuggy in the top lane, Frishy in the jungle, Kale in the mid lane, and then Rifle Warros bot, as we see fights break out around the maps and quick skirmishes going on, but no one really landing any real damage, just hiding under tower. Looking through a quick glance at Runes and Summoners as Asol just gets a full Q charge onto Ahri level 1, chunks out a massive 3/4 of her health bar. Ahri does do well into the Asol once she has the charm to break that Q channel, but until then, Asol does win those extended trades. Camille landing the hookshot onto Shen, gets a quick burst and then trades away. Grasp plus that bonus true damage on the Q is a very strong combo to be able to get them off quickly. Frosty weaving in those auto resets as well as he can, dominating this early lane in the top side. Tuggy having to play very careful, having to use the dash just to retreat away, trying to dodge that true damage from the Camille Q reset on the Q2. Both junglers passing by that. Frosty hookshots in, gets another true damage proc on the Q2. Tuggy sitting at around 300 health, under his own tower, doesn't have any potions. We are most likely going to see Dive come out topside any second now. Frosty looking for an angle. Hookshot away! Flashes forward, but does not connect the hookshot! Mistimes the flash and just instead pulls a full-on 6-pack as he flashes forward to ignite under the enemy tower. Fight in the bottom river breaking out over Scuttle Crab, but it does not matter. I cannot tell who got that jungle. Wow, the Volibear was able to secure the Scuttle from the Nunu. Not something you get to say often. Nunu snowballing into the top river, trying to secure this Scuttle Crab. Should be able to no problem. Frosty going forward. Hookshot does not land on a tongue. He is able to walk away. Camille not having the sticking power without her ultimate. Nunu looking for a gank into the top side as Asol has reset. Snowball going upriver. Tuggy has to be careful, and Frosty does get landed by the snowball, but there's no follow-up damage. Frosty looking for the re-engage. Gets the passage shield from the Nunu, is just going in. Lacuna is here on the Volibear for the follow-up. Nunu has to try to run away. He does have flash. Volibear flash stunned on the Nunu. He's getting away, but no! The sweep from Camille does lock down the Nunu. And Ahri is here for the cleanup. 2 kills going the way Cases of the early game. That is exactly what they need to get this Camille and this Ahri snowball and get this lead that they can run away with. Ahri finally resetting, does grab that full lost chapter as a fight breaks up outside. That Braum shield blocking so many autos, but it is down now. That lethal tempo is fully stacked on the Twitch as the damage is coming out. Trade going relatively even. Braum blaming the Q, but there is no follow-up. They cannot get the stun. Twitch pops the invisibility. Dragon has spawned in the bot side. Neither side starting it, but both junglers are in that bottom half of the map. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some early fights over this dragon with his bot lane priority. As Frost is continuing this lane pressure on the field. Hook shots in. Does let the stun on the Shen. Cancels the taunt. Shen does throw down the anti-auto field, so he does go... no, never mind. He does not go even in this trade. He does lose out in the long run on it. Tuggy hook shots back in. Does not let the stun. Eats a tower shot for free. Gets a Q auto back on the Shen, so the trade goes relatively easy until Frosty lands that sweep on the W and gets the healing from the sweet spot. Which is Invis, looked for an angle but could not find anything. Brom this side. Bell Tower onto the... Acel gets a good chunk out of him before Acel does just fly away. As Frosty gets a quick hook shot tower dive onto Tongue in the top side. As the fight's breaking out backside, Brom does drop the exhaust onto Twitch. He does have 2 passive stacks, 3 passive stacks. He needs 1 more auto to stun him. But no, the Twitch is going to have to... The Twitch forces Brom out. As Nunu just gets absolutely deleted by Volibear and Ari. As Veltower flashes forward, or sorry, dashes forward. Acel does blast going away. The charm does go. No, it did connect, but there's no follow-up damage. Acel lives by the very tips of his tail. That's another 2 kills. Never mind, it might be 3 as Tristana jumps forward. Twitch does have the barrier to try to buy some time. Chucky does pop his own barrier. The Twitch poison is not enough as the Triumph does come through on Tristana as well as level up to keep her alive in that fight. So overall, 3 kills and a dragon going the way of the CaseOhs. As well as some tower plating as the gold lead starting to balloon. 3k. Tristana pops the buster shot to disengage the Lulu and she is able to walk away from this fight. Over 3k gold lead already as Brom tries to cancel the Lulu, but he was throwing that Q blind. Shen not having a good time in the top side. That early lead really starting to snowball as we see Frosty in these short trades really putting this pressure. Tongy doing his best just to try to survive and catch these minions. Frosty continues to keep up this pressure. Not make it easy for him to get any farm. Hook shots in, another quick Q trade. And then immediately walks away. We do see Autumn Leaf in this top side for the Grubbies. As it looks like it should just be a free secure as Nunu is on the bottom of the map. Frosty hook shots back in. Tongy drop low. Does drop the Hex Tech ultimatum onto Shen for that extra dash. Drops the tower aggro for a second and then cues him underneath his own tower for a clean tower dive. Frosty's showing mastery on this champion, running this top side of the map with very little assistance. As it is now almost a 2k gold lead in the top side on the Camille alone. All 3 grubs did go the way of the CaseOhs, so that's extra split pushing pressure. Can be very difficult to deal with. Tristana rockets up forward, throws the bomb, but does not get the full reset. Nunu is in the bush, but Ari is here. Charm does land on the Lulu, and she is not sleeping. The Wagro keeping her alive, as well as the Stand United. They cannot get the kill. The Nunu drops the absolute 0, and they have to run away. The fight turned on its head immediately. Bell Tower tries to get under tower, but Aurelian Soul does drop the star, stunning her on top. And an amazing turnaround from Animal Farm. Shen and Nunu coming to support their team, turning what looked like a doom fight into a 3-for-0. Getting some desperate gold back in their pocket. Alright, we're starting to see some completed items come in. First item Twitch on the... I can't remember the name of that new item. It's the 80 crit in attack speed. Bonus damage the further away they are, and then if you kill someone, you get bonus attack range. So I haven't seen that on Twitch, but I get the idea as Frosty gets another quick hook shot in. Looks at that true damage, but Shen does have the dash to get away. Ari finishing up that Malignant, Volibear working towards that Divine Thunder, and Nunu with the full Leandries, as he is looking on the top side here. Nunu has a snowball. He is charging up, but Tungi is too low for them to be a full 2v2. Snowball did hit the wall, so he does not have to run down this Camille. Glacial Fissure dropped onto Twitch. He is knocked up. He is stunned. They have the damage. Twitch pops the Rat-a-tat-tat. Is it enough? No, it is not. Tristana does drop him. Buster Shot does push away the Lulu, so they cannot get the follow-up kill. But there's another 1-0 in the bot side as they're going to look to break down more of these tower platings in the bottom side of the map. Ari roaming down. If Lulu's not careful, this will be a tower dive. They do know her exhaust is down. They know she has no wild growth. Ari is spotted. Slow does land, but it might be too late. It doesn't matter. Frosty just breaks the top tower by himself. First tower going the way of the CaseOhs. He does also as Ari goes forward. Spirit Rush is not enough. Or it is! I don't know what just killed Lulu, but she was ticking down from something. Bell Tower does let the charm onto Nunu, but doesn't have the follow-up to get away. Lacuna is there, but he is 1v3. Never mind, Frosty is TPing in. Hextech Ultimatum onto Twitch. He does get dropped. Flash Ignite onto Acel. He is burning. Frosty looking to clear up this fight, put this game on his back. Frosty TPing in to clean up these fights that are looking desperate. Animal Farm had a clawback for just a moment. But the scissor legs from Camille putting them back in their place in an instant. We see a small fight over vision in the bot side as the dragon has spawned. CaseOhs are melting it down. Nunu's trying to snowball in. The smite is not there from the Animal Farm, so they have to try to rush it down. Twitch pops the Rat-a-tat-tat. Frosty drops down from max range. As the Rat does have the reset, he does have the max attack speed, he has lethal tempo. As Animal Farm are running through the CaseOhs. 3-0, 4-0. This Twitch is going massive this team fight with that Lulu utility. Gets that range and attack speed. Charm does land from Ari, but she has to Spirit Rush away. Dragon does get secured by Animal Farm, but by the CaseOhs, but at 4 kills, and importantly, the massive shutdown from the Camille going over to the Twitch. That's a lot of gold swinging back, and that 4K gold lead is now 1.5. That's exactly what the Animal Farmers needed in this game to get them back into position. Get their gold in their carries. They did lose the dragon, but just the kills alone hopefully buys them enough time. Mid lane most of the time can be very boring, just as Acel power farming, throwing down that star in the center of the lane to get the extra Stardust stacks. Ari not wanting to full commit for fear of getting all in. See Braum on the top side again, getting more vision down. Twitch and Lulu keep pressuring this Tristana underneath their own tower. Frosty looking for more quick trades, but nothing to really be found. Uh-oh. Braum is procced on Lulu. She has to flash away for fear of getting deleted before she can wild growth herself. These Braum passives are starting to actually be a threat with how much burst Tristana can put out with that explosive charge. Uh-oh, Twitch's invis. I imagine we're going to see a Rat-a-tat-tat. He's not even popping yet. Braum throws on the shield. The Glacial Fissure stops the Nunu Snowball. The Braum passive is 2 marked on Twitch, and I imagine Braum should be able to walk it away. Sub 200 health, but he does limp away. No summoners burn, just the Braum ult, as Ari is here to follow up the Camille. The Hextech ultimatum locking Shen inside the pit. As the Grand Starfall on top does not land on the Braum. They are still running for their life. The Buster shot does stop the new snowball. This bot lane from the CaseOhs does manage to live with their lives by somehow dodging everything they have to, eating so many ults. As now they drop the Herald mid-side from CaseOhs, breaking more towers, putting more gold in their pockets. Unless Animal Farm can find another miracle fight, this gold lead is going to keep snowballing. Dragon in 1.5 minutes. Camille finishing up that Ravenous Hydra, now a massive monster on these sidelines with that bonus sustain. Very hard to take down. You have to go for the all-in. Ari almost finishing that Shadow Flame. Aesol with the full Rylai's, but way off his second item. Shen not even on the Titanic yet. Braum setting up this Vision in the bot side, wanting to get Vision control, solid timing before this Dragon spawns. Twitch looking for something in the mid lane. He does have his flank on Tristana. He does pop the right attack. But Volibear and Braum are here for CaseOhs. Twitch has to flash away. The Glacial Fissure and Volibear ult were used. But as was the Twitch ult, Ari Charm does land onto Nunu. He does drop the Absolute Zero. But the Aurelion Soul is here. He does have the Skies instead. They are running through this fight. They do not have the damage to take down in the front line. Aurelion Soul has the reset as he is dropping the Dragonflight, having that Q. Tristana is running for her life, but she cannot get through these front lines. Camille's bailing on their team. They know the fight is lost. They are just resetting. And I said they needed a miracle fight. Animal Farm keep finding them. This front line of Shen Nunu is taking way longer to burst through than CaseOhs are expecting. And this Twitch, this Aurelion Soul, has that time to put out this crazy damage. As Frosty's not giving up, he is here to try to hold this tower. Braum's shield blocking as much damage as he can, but that Twitch is pumping out the DPS. There's a rat in the kitchen and Camille cannot put it down. But she's gonna try. Aurelion Soul flash away, Hextech ultimatum onto Lulu. She cannot get out, but they instead use it to go onto the Twitch. Lulu's trying to run away from the Volibear, but it doesn't matter. Shen TP'd in. They try to turn this fight around. Nunu does follow the Camille. Tristana flashes forward. They do take down Tristana. Aurelion Soul can't get away. And Animal Farm has overstayed their welcome. They got that. They won the team fight. But stayed too long to pressure mid lane. And instead are going to lose their tier 2 mid. If they have no one left to wave clear. And CaseOhs is going to take this time to reset again, get their shutdowns, get their lead back. And then immediately go spend that gold. Baron spawning in 30 seconds, still 3.5 minutes on the next dragon. Unlikely we'll see any action unless one team wants to try to rush down a 20-minute bear and pull a T1 special out. And we might see that with the way CaseOhs are positioning. They are looking for this pick with this Ari and this Camille. As Braum does commit for the all-in, drops the Glacial Fissure, but there is no fallout. No one else was in range. So that's Braum all down. Animal Farm knows it. They are trying to look for a re-engage. Lulu playing really far forward, trying to act as this bait, but I think CaseOhs know what's going on. Twitch is invis. The Nunu is snowballing down mid lane. Trying to jump away. Braum throws up the shield. But there is no one here from the CaseOhs to flank it out. Buster Shot does force the Nunu to disengage. And despite the Animal Farms burning so much, it's a massive nothing burger. They got the Tristana barrier and the Braum flash, but that's it. We're seeing the power of this Braum pick, just the massive amount of safety that shield can buy you. A few seconds of not being able to shoot through him is all he needs to get his ADC to safety. Alright, we do see the entire side of CaseOhs playing towards this top out the map, except for Frosty, who has the teleport up as he is pressuring this bottom tier 2 tower. The CaseOhs clearing out the vision in the Baron pit as they are setting up for it. Animal Farm on the flank. As Camille is looking onto the Twitch, he doesn't have the hook shut up. But that doesn't matter! He has to walk back into the Hextech ultimatum, goes on the Twitch, he is instantly deleted! Hook shot onto Lulu, she has to burn the Wild Growth and flash away. Braum Q does land, she is slowed. Already Spirit rushes forward, lands his charm onto Nunu. He doesn't have time to drop the ulti. Frosty hooks us forward to look for more. But instead of looking for another kill, they're just going to run to this Baron. 2 members down from Animal Farm, one of them being their main DPS. You have to imagine this to be a free kill going on, a free Baron going to CaseOhs. And yet again, we're seeing the pick potential of this Camille. Even if they weren't one-shotting that Hextech ultimatum onto the Twitch, they have nowhere to run, and it's all the time for the rest of the team to get there. Baron will go down to the CaseOhs. A currently 5k gold lead. With 3,500 of that being solely on Frosty on this Camille. Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. CaseOhs probably going to try to contest it. Just try to get them on that soul point for that extra win condition on the table. Frosty going to keep pressuring the spot side with that Baron, with that good wave clear from the Revis Hydra. As everyone else from CaseOhs in the bottom side jungle of Animal Farm trying to set up this vision control. Not give them a way to steal this. Animal Farms know if they can't contest it, they're going to try to shove out waves while they're not Baron impact. And maybe they're going to try to break this tier 1 and finally come in their pocket, but no, they know that they can't do it fast enough. And have to just shove the wave and disengage immediately. But that's okay, the CaseOhs say, cool, take that mid tower, we got 4 bot, we can melt this way faster, and we have these Baron minions that Acel has a hard time dealing with. Shen doing what he can to get some bonus gold in his pocket. As we see the CaseOhs try to set up a dive on Aurelion Sol. But he pulls the wave back far enough with that E, with that shockwave. But there goes the Stars Descend, just to clear the wave to buy some time. Oh, the Nunu's speeding in for base with that home guard speed up. But there is no follow-up. Braum keeps going on the Q, keeping that pressure on the Nunu. The tower to the Twitch drops the right at that also. Ari Charm lands on the Nunu. There is no follow-up though. He is able to walk away. And everyone's throwing out everything constantly, but no one's finding any kills. No one has that damage to fully commit without putting something else on the table. CaseOhs did pick up that 3rd dragon. But 3rd dragon by itself is just a threat of something more later on. Frosty hookshots in and drops the ultimatum onto Tuggy. Tuggy teleports away because Frosty misclicked the hook shot. Oh, Frosty, my friend, that's getting clipped. That's one of the things where if you ever played Camille, we've all done it, but damn, does it feel bad every time. You might be up 3,500 gold. But you know you're getting laughed at. Okay, so it's taking this time to reset besides Frosty. Spend that gold that got saved up. Tristana finishing the LDR Infinity Edge. Ari with this full-on Shadow Flame working towards what I assume will be that Death Cap. And Volibear with the Navori Flicker Blades and Spirit Visage. A lot of healing and a lot of abilities coming out with those auto resets on the Qs and Ws. Brahms here on the Lulu. She does land the slow. Drops the Glacial Fissure again. Lulu getting to burn the exhaust, but it does not matter. It's absolutely Twitch pump threat that Tannin barrier. Shen ult on top, but it does not matter. The shielding does not buy enough time. Ari pushing back the Aurelion Soul and the Nunu. As CaseOhs looking to just push down mid. They don't have a Baron, but with this Camille and Tristana, it does not matter. These towers are melting. Shen having to dash away from Frosty. This Camille is still putting up all this pressure without the ultimate. Charm does land on the Nunu. Hextech also made him on the Aurelion Soul, but they do not have the damage to dive him. Frosty is not there. Volibear jumps forward, but cannot get the stun on the Aurelion Soul. Tungi trying to buy as much time as he can. The wave is strong as the mid-lane inhibitor does fall for Aurelion Soul, or for the Animal Farm. Aurelion Soul picking up all the farm he can. Nunu snowballing down mid. Does he find the Ari? No, he does not. Strike and a miss. The do spot Lacuna, but he does not be in range of the Aurelion Soul. And he should be able to run this out. Nunu does have that snowball, though. He is looking for the fight. But he gets hit by a wall. CaseOhs in a 3v5. Trying to run away. Braum throws out the Fissure. Ari Charm does land on the Aurelion Soul, but Twitch is free-firing. The right attack getting that bonus range. Tungi having to try to run away with a constant slow from the Aurelion Soul. Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Not giving them enough room to breathe. As Animal Farm, despite losing their inhib, are still looking for these fights, looking for these picks, doing everything they can to get some gold back in their pockets. They are refusing to go down without a fight. As Twitch picks up these kills, finishes that Infinity Edge. That is 3-item Twitch with a very burst-heavy build. Anyone that's not named Volibear in melee range is going to be quickly shredded by this Twitch when he pops an ultimate. As the dragon does spawn. CaseOhs want this. They want to finish their Dragon Soul. Nunu's coming over, but I don't think he's going to get there in time. Dragon's building down. 3k, 2k, 1k. Nunu does secure it. Frosty TP's in. Goes in. Waiting on the Hextech Ultimatum. He has it, but he has not dropped it yet. Nunu's sitting in the bush. Aurelion Soul has the Sky's Descent. Volibear getting melted down. Hextech Ultimatum for Frosty does bring the team fight up. But Rifles in the backline on this Twitch. Rat-tat-tatting through them. Ari Charm lands on a rifle. He does go down. They have the resets. As CaseOhs looking for that crazy pick to get the team fight going. Frosty might have gone down, but he made enough space, bought enough time for the CaseOhs to finish it up. As the CaseOhs look onto this Baron. Without the Twitch, I imagine it won't be a team fight. The only way this is going the other way is if Nunu does steal it. He does not have Flash, and the Blast Cone is gone. Without those tools, I have to imagine the CaseOhs should be picking up this free Baron here. Nunu checking just to make sure, but without that Blast Cone, there is no chance he can get in the pit, but his Flash is down. And that will be the case of securing the Baron yet again. They lost the soul, but gained the Baron. How much use can they get out of this temporary buff? Mid-inhib will be respawning for Animal Farm very soon. Brilliant Soul having that Secret's arm guard after that fight has that safety. Twitch working towards that Hurricane, but has not finished it yet. Ari almost on full death cap, but does not have, is just sitting on 2 rods, while Volibear has finished a full Thorn Mail. They know the Twitch is the main threat in these team fights. Camille pushing down these towers. Animal Farm not even going to do it. Nunu snowballing in, they're looking to start a fight. But he goes forward into nothing! The Sky's Descent from Brilliant Soul is putting out the damage, where the wrong shield is blocking the Nunu from this fight. Bell Tower and Frosty going in. They do drop the Twitch. And that's the main DPS down from Animal Farm. As the resets are coming in, the Tristana and Ari are going crazy in this fight, having the reset. An ace for the CaseOhs with this Baron buff. I have to imagine this will be the end of the game. Full Baron wave. No one to contest it for 20 seconds. CaseOhs pushing down next tower number 1. Next tower number 2. And that will be the Animal Freaks Nexus falling. Game 1 going to the side of the CaseOhs. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but Stardom Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping out to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking at the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garen. Trying to jump forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the con.
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless roads colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Force realizes what's going on. They're trying to run for the Nazis. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can. Are
they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race! Nexus York on the Nexus! And they SEAL Team Flip with the heist of the century to steal game one!
safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going in on the Mundo. A lot of damage going on the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop with a solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
Hearing voices from afar, join the madness when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack.
Try, but Nautilus top guy is too much front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult, but they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best, does drop the Garen in the end, and also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with her own Spider-Man on the E.
Unlucky positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing with a mayhem.
Where they were taking the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagen's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. In the backline. Malphite flash forward and slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade, the tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace with the Kimchi Poro.
Oh, their hand.
Kimchi Poro starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the entire time.
Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch dusting on the center, but Viego goes down to the backline. Twitch poison is ticking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump to Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear, but the zone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down.
Oh no, we sent everything onto Viego and we forgot that Twitch is the carry!
Big Ref is trying to hold them back with that passage, with that close Twilight. They have to go away. Big Ref flashes forward, takes these here with him. But now he can't clear the way. That's trying to 1v3 in the face, trying to hold these ways back. One tower does fall, but Varus is respawned. The DPS is rejoined the fight. It's easier to clean up. Varus gets one, Varus gets two.
Still can flash. Renata has
And
the
Big
hostile
Red
take over
takes
and
Honey into the death realm, so they can't even try to win here.
yeah.
Varus taking out the damage, being the flanking carry. But Big Ref coming up big every fight, being the front line team needs. And then a crazy game 2. Island Boys clutch up and bring the series to 1-1. has Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but Star Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping out to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset coming back over. Looking at the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garen. Katana jumps forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the con.
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Poros realizes what's going on. They're trying to run to the Nasus. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race. Nasus York on the Nexus, and they win! SEAL Team Flip with the heist of the century to steal Game 1.
Trying to play a little safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going in on the Mundo. A lot of damage going on the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
Hearing voices from afar, join the net.
Hello and welcome back to week 4, day 2 between Animal Farm and CaseOhs. We just wrapped up an exciting game 1. You can see the draft we had from that. We should be starting up draft number 2 any second now. The CaseOhs switching up most of their roster. The only thing staying the same is Frosty staying in the top side. Autumn Leaf going from support into the jungle. Well, we have Raze taking over mid, Lacuna taking over ADC, as he was but he was jungling last game, and Griffin taking over support. And Animal Farm doing a full run back, but swapping out Waros for Killam on support. So now we're just waiting for draft 2 to start. Production is currently working on this. Alright, we are in the current draft league. Animal Farm on blue side, CaseOhs on red. The immediate Gwen band coming off from Animal Farm is still keeping that Gwen band. Incredibly strong pick in the current meta and something Frosty loves to play. A Mumu ban being repeated. I'm guessing that's something Frishy's been playing a lot of with how much priority this ban has been getting from them. Syndra ban coming out. Do not want to deal with the raised Syndra. I do not blame them in the slightest. It is a very, very scary pick. CaseOhs ban away the Kaisa against the... So CaseOhs doing, I believe, a full repeated ban so far. Well, Animal Farm having to make some adjustments, which makes sense. Animal Farm doing a full run back while CaseOhs swapping up a lot of their team. The Cassiopeia will be the last ban in Phase 1 from Animal Farm. While CaseOhs banning away the Tristana had a dominant performance in Game 1 on it and not willing to give it over to blue side. If they can't first pick it, they're just not going to risk it. I can respect it. Now, Animal Farm, what is your priority pick? Is there a jungler? Is there an ADC? Is there some crazy mid lane secret tech you're going to pull out here? What's it going to be? That's some secret tech, alright. That's not someone I've been seeing a lot of, and it is locked in. It is the B1 Skarner. Okay, I'll be blunt, I've seen absolutely zero Skarner on the current patch, so I have no idea what, if anything, if really affected him. But we'll have to wait and see. Normally something you pair with like a Rumble with an Orianna, give him that really big wombo combo potential again. CaseOhs hovering in Ivern, switching up to Sejuani, and it is locked in on the Sejuani. Normally when you pick a Sejuani, you'll see some kind of melees in the mid or top to really make use of that early game pressure with those autos to get that Sejuani stun going. We could always just see a priority on some kind of ADC pick here. No, and we're throwing all that away. Frosty is saying, I'm taking the Ambessa. What you got? I can respect it. Animal Farm's gonna have to respect it, or they will be put in the dirt and go down in this series. And it will be the Shen being run back, most likely in the top side. We saw it doing decently enough in the laning phase, but just not really able to do much in those late game team fights into Camille. We'll see how well he can match up into this Ambessa. And the final pick from Animal Farm in this round 1 of drafting will be the Yinks. This hyper-scaling ADC, crazy in the team fights with a double beefy frontline already. I'm liking to start this draft for Animal Farm. They are playing these team fights, playing to take over this late game. And they have all the tools to do it right now. CaseOhs going to round up their draft with a Kog'Maw. Okay, we are getting just the immobile, raw damage ADCs. They're just going to pump out that DPS. And this is going to be interesting. Kog'Maw, seeing some more play on the current patch with the Dusk and Dawn, with the Rage Blade, with the Bork. Really great on hit and having some of that great itemization now. I don't know how well it matches up into the Jinx specifically, but I imagine with some certain bans and the right support, definitely can go crazy. And with having that double beefy frontline, that max % health scalers on the Skarner and the Shen, that empowered W from the Kog'Maw giving that max % health damage on autos, gonna make quick work of them. Animal Farm banning away the Braum, they saw how annoying it was to deal with last game, they just don't want to deal with it again. I completely understand. He kept shutting down those early team fights, making it hard to get anything going. So just taking it off the table makes complete sense. Now, CaseOhs, I would love to see just... Where would I want to see some bans coming out? Like, what supports are you worried about when you're playing this all in? Could be some kind of disengaged support, could just be... And then, nope, just say, we're going to take away your mid laners, make it harder for you to play the game. Ban away the Aurora. And last ban from Animal Farms. I mean, I feel like we gotta point out that Twitch, or that Lulu Kog'Maw is still available. But no, they are just worried about the engagers on the Nautilus. I could very easily see a Lulu being picked up for CaseOhs. But I don't know if Griffin's willing to just be that pocket support. It might not be a Lulu, but that is a pocket enchanter. It is the Milio coming out for CaseOhs. pairing with that Kog'Maw for that long range with that Milio healing, giving that extra range. I guess the idea is just to cleanse away that Skarner's suppression, the Shen taunt, be that disengage tool, just try to make as much room for Kog'Maw as possible. Animal Farm's thinking about the Karma, trying to grab this lane dominant ADC, especially well known for that early game damage, trying to pressure out this melee when they will lock it in. So Animal Farm's a little light on damage right now besides that Jinx, so I'd love to see another hyper carry in the mid lane here. So they have a bunch of front line, some great utility in the Karma with that speed up, with that slows, with that stuns. But they just are going to be a little short on damage right now. What they got? Show me what you got. And it would appear they got an Orianna. I like it. Pairs incredibly well with the Skarner. Really hard champ to punish in lane. Scales phenomenally. And as a couple different builds you can go right now, you can go the Ludens with the extra wave clear. You can go the Leandries for more burn. You can go the Saris for just raw scaling. Very flexible, very good. Always a big fan to see an Orianna. In case it was last pickup, what they're going to match up into this Orianna. As it looks like that might just be a missed pick, and wait on production to confirm what that last pick is. The last pick is a Hue. The twink in the mid lane himself. So that is your draft for Game 2. Animal Farms with most likely Shen in the top lane, Skarner in the jungle, Orianna in the mid, and then the Jinx Karma bot side. While CaseOhs play the Ambessa top lane, Sejuani jungle, Hue mid lane, and then the Kog'Maw Milio bot lane. Now, remove nameplates, draft-wise. I love Animal Farm's draft. Very simple game plan. Play it slow, look for the engage with Skarner, Orianna, and then just have Jinx get the reset. CaseOhs are playing a very janky pseudo-poke, pseudo-engage with the Ambessa Sejuani. Not necessarily unorthodox, but a lot more of a complicated game plan that relies on them being able to make those quick decisions and execute flawlessly. I don't know. I could see this one going either way again. But my gut's telling me CaseOhs going to go up 2-0 in this game. I could very well be wrong, but that's my prediction. I'm calling it 2-0 CaseOhs at the end of this game. But the only way we can find out if I'm an idiot or not is when we come back for Game 2 in a second. Ignite. He is spinning to inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away. Quick start of flash. Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping on to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking on the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garrett. He's trying to jump forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for the Recon cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the Recon.
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless roads colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Poros realizes what's going on. They're trying to run to the Nazis. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race. Nexus York on the Nexus, and they SEAL Team Flip with the heist of the century to steal Game 1.
A little safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going in on the Mundo. A lot of damage going on the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Zaya ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
But also top guy just towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult. But they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Zaya is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best. Does drop the Garen in the end. And also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with their own Spider-Man on the E!
Too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing with a mayhem.
Where they were taking the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagin's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. Stealing the backline. Malphite flash forward and slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade. The tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace of the Kimchi Poros.
Oh,
Kimchi Poros starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the entire time.
Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch justing on the center, but Viego goes down to the backline. Twitch poison is ticking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear. But the zone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down!
Oh no, we sent everything onto Viego and we forgot that Twitch is the carry!
Big Rep is trying to hold him back with that passage, so that's close to my line. They have to wait. Big Rep flashes forward, takes these here with him.
Flash
but now he can't clear the way. That's trying to 1v3 in the face, trying to hold his way back. One tower does fall, but Varus is respawned. The DPS is rejoined the fight. It's easier to clean up. Varus gets one, Varus gets two.
Still has flash. not at the
Big
hostile
Red
takeover
takes
in.
Pony into the death realm, so they can't even try to win here.
Yeah.
Barris taking out the damage, being the flanking carry. But Big Ref coming up big every fight, being the curl line team needs. And then a crazy game 2. Island Boys clutch up and bring the series to 1-1. Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but she's got a flash auto, does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping on to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking at the Big Rev. He is getting jumped down by the Garen. He's trying to jump forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for the Rakan cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the Rakan.
Fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless roads colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Porals realizes what's going on. They're trying to run to the Nazis. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race! Nexus York on the Nexus! And they SEAL Team Flip with the heist of the century to steal game 1!
Safer, Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going into the Mundo. A lot of damage going into the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
But no, it's top guy towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult. But they get blast code away! Cade can't find the kill! Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best. Does drop the Garen in the end. And also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane! They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with her own Spider-Man on the eve.
Positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing with a mayhem.
Where they were taking the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagin's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. In the backline. Malphite flash forward, slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade. The tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace for the Kimchi Poros. Oh, Kimchi Poros starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the entire time.
Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch tossing on the center, but Viego goes down to the backline. Twitch poison is ticking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump to Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear. But the stone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down!
Oh no, we sent everything onto Viego and we forgot that Twitch is the carry!
Big Rep is trying to hold him back with that passive, with that close to my line. They have no way, Big Rep flashes forward, takes these here with him.
Flash
but now he can't clear the way. That's trying to 1v3 in the face, trying to hold his way back. One tower does fall, but Varus is respawned. The DPS is rejoined the fight. It's easier to clean up. Varus gets one, Varus gets two.
Still has flash. Renata has a
Big
hostile
Red
takeover
takes
and
Honey into the death realm, so they can't even try to win here. Varus taking out the damage, being the flanking carry. But Big Ref coming up big every fight, being the troll on TV. And then a crazy game 2. Island Boys clutch up and bring the series to 1-1. Hello, Final Boss, and welcome back to Draft League's Week 4, Day 2, Game 2, between Animal Farm and the CaseOhs. We got Mbessa versus Shen in the top lane, Sejuani versus Skarner in the jungle, Orianna versus Quay in the mid lane, and Jinx Karma versus Kog'Maw Milio. Quick check of runes and summoners, nothing too unexpected. Sejuani going Aftershock. I've seen some other things. I've even seen Fleet Footwork Sejuani just to get that earlier clear speed. But they are just playing for that all in. Quick trades in the top side. No one really doing anything. Early laning phase. We shouldn't see anything too crazy. Both sides really are just playing for this like mid to late game scaling. The only side we could really see some pressure is the Animal Farm's bot lane with this Jinx Karma. If they can get some early pressure with this Karma poke, they could try to run away with it, but... Or Frosty could just be a demon in the top side and getting these chunks onto the Shen. Tungy not respecting that level 1 MS and max % health damage. Kog'Maw's picking up all the farm he can. That early game farming is not easy. Wei getting some poke on the Orianna. He is winning these trades. Fear does not land, but it doesn't matter. He's getting those empowered auto. Gets the passive AoE proc. Orianna does have that clockwork auto winding up. That extra on-hit magic damage is adding up as they did miss the cannon. That's a -1. Ray's too focused on the damage did drop the cannon. Oh, never mind. He did pick it up. I was wrong. Thought he did, but the splash damage from the QE, the sort of Vel'Koz W on the ground, did get the cannon actually. Both mid laners out of potions, just trying to keep going for this poke. Frosty another quick trade in the top side as Karma gets the empowered Q, keeping the Milio Kog'Maw stuck under tower, getting poked out bit by bit. That Milio healing and shielding is keeping him topped up. Kog'Maw lands a slow. Milio does give him the bonus range, has the extra, and from the W range. They do win a quick trade, but Kog'Maw's W is now on about a 15-second cooldown. They have plenty of time to keep this pressure up. Frosty another quick trade on Tongue in the top side, getting more of this chunk out. First plate, it doesn't look like it's going to fall as Griffin is zoned out by the Mantra Q from Killam. Tongue going for a quick trade. The wave is pushing out Tongue, keeping him in a bad position. Frosty going for a quick trade. Tongue has to pop the anti-damage. Sejuani is here in the top side. All flashes are up, but they are not going to play the mind game. Tongue's going to walk away as Lacuna has the W-powered autos. Is low on mana, but chunking out the Jinx and Karma. As everyone will just kind of reset. Kog'Maw way up on health bar, but his mana is almost completely depleted. Frosty trying to collapse his way to the top side, is getting jumped by the Skarner. Slow does land with the Skarner rock throw. Tongue did not land the taunt, so Frosty is able to dash away with the invested passive. Every ability just dashing, dashing, dashing. And they say mobility creep isn't a thing. Lacuna and Griffin looking to shove out the spotlight and get a good reset of their own and should be able to get it to crash in time. Frosty TP back in with that pickaxe, much more aggressive in this trading pattern now. Having that extra damage on all of his abilities. As mid lane is just back to this poking farm fest. Hwei leading a good size CS lead though this early in the game, just from that early game pressure of the empowered autos and those poking. Rihanna doing her best just to keep up in farming. Frosty behind Tongue. Gets some quick trades out, dodges the taunt, lands the Q2 sweet spot, because that good chunk of max percent health damage. As Killam just keeping Griffin and Lacuna zoned out from his EXP. Public execution on the Tongue, he has to flash away! As the Ambessa ult did catch him out of his position and threaten that all in. Lacuna getting some shielding from the Griffin, keeping him topped up so that Jinx is not touching that actual health bar. And while yes, they're being shoved in, the CS is dead even. As Sejuani's here in the top side to dive on the Tongue. Autumn Leaf waiting for the Tongue to go. Tongue is going down. He does not have. Wait, the taunt lands! He's staying alive for a little bit longer! But Autumn Leaf does survive! Sub 50 health as they pull off the tower dive. Kill going over to Frosty. And that is tragic if you're Animal Farm. They do pick up the dragon in return. They do have this bot side pressure. And they are able to pick up some more play and get some more gold onto this Jinx. But she's gonna have a lot of work to do running this game. Orianna going very far forward. The 20 is here. Does land Facial Prison. Orianna flash wave. Shockwaves Autumn Leaf back at the tower. Shed does have to stand united for the follow-up. They're turning the fight around. Raze has nothing left in the tank. They're trying to get the kill. Orianna does flash away. And they greeted a little too hard. They still get the one free kill off the stand united. But Raised is able to limp away. Fantastic use of the Shen ult. Saves the Orianna. Gets the double taunt after the shockwave. And it's exactly what you want to see. Lacuna and Griffin just continue to farm up under tower, not caring about putting on any kind of pressure. They know where their jungler is going to be. They know they're not the priority right now. So they are just trying to pick up all the farm they can. Frosty, another quick trade. They do see Frenchie behind him, but I don't think he cares. Public execution on the Tungy. Twan does get away, but Frosty flashes forward, lands the Q2. Frenchie does pull him into tower. He's dragged away, but no! The Ambessa shield's keeping him alive. Frenchie flashes forward, does get Frosty eventually. As Way going for the kill on the Orion. Orion does Shockwave pulling back. Orion needs one more Q. Not enough on either side. They're both under 100 health, limping away. Ray's deciding he has the health bar he's gonna save to shove out this mid lane. As Oriana is on the reset and then immediately teleports back. It looks like Hui did shove him the wave in time to get it to crash. As Oriana just TPs and catches the wave as Sejuani is on these grubs. And it's 3 grubs going over the CaseOhs again in these games. Uh-oh, Oriana caught out again. Glacial Prison does land. She has nowhere to run. And there's just nothing you can do. Sejuani ult, into Hui Fear, into Hui ult, into Hui Burst. If you do not have Flash and you're caught out of position, you are just dead. Uh-oh. Tungy might have stepped too far forward. Frosty waiting on these cooldowns, waiting on the spells rotations. Does miss the Q2, so will not pick up the solo bolo. But Sejuani is here to cover us. Lacuna is being pressured up by the Jinx. Jinx traps thrown behind us, we can't walk away freely. Barrier pop by Rifle. Lacuna! Barriers through the Jinx ult, survives to make a Death Rocket. Rifle going forward. Lacuna has to burn everything as well as the Griffin throwing down heal and the melee ult to keep his ADC alive. But that's Jinx Flash and Barrier down. So 2 sums for 3 sums. They will lose some gold, but when you're playing Kog'Maw, you really don't care all that much. Your goal is to survive and scale. Frosty being half health does not care. He is getting ganked by the Skarner. Does have the public execution to try to buffer through. Does buffer through on the Skarner. He is dashing away and he does escape the gank. A perfect use of public execution to cancel the Skarner dash and give himself that CC immunity window to get back to his own tower. Shen taking a reset after that, and Bessa picking up the full eclipse. So these short trades are going to be even nastier with that max percent health and that shield. Kog'Maw rooted by Karma. Jinx traps thrown on top. Lacuna's trying to walk away. Griffin does throw down the healing and shielding. The zap comes out from Jinx. Griffin is slowed. Not in range of kill threat of the Super Mega Death Rocket at that range. So Jinx will just give up the chase and go back to shoving the wave in. Sejuani is here in the bot to cover his laners. He is not currently spotted on any wards. Lacuna acting as bait. Never mind, he was spotted on a ward in that Gromp bush. So they don't know for certain where he is, but they assume he is down here. Autumn Leaf is here. He does have Glacial Pressure. It does land on the car. No one is in range to... He does have to dash away, as Skarner was here to forward the 4v5, or the 4v3. Jinx has that max range rocket. She is pumping on the DPS as Frosty, seeing the power of this Eclipse, gain those trades under their tower to win them through shields. Staggering his own W shield with that Eclipse shield. Able to absorb so much damage for free. Animal Farm aren't able to pick up a second Drake for free, knowing the CaseOhs on their reset. Frosty trying to thread this top tower. Being careful of the Shen taunt though. Shen does taunt him under tower. But with that many shields, you can afford to take the damage. Just walk away. Kill him is here on the top side to cover his laner, but he does have to bail out. Jinx looking, Thread getting dove. Skarner is here to cover. They do not see him. Autumn Leaf finds it out. Frishy pinning the Sejuani into their tower. But no one is taking aggro yet. The Skarner ult goes completely wide. Stand United burn from Shen. The taunt lands on nothing. Lacuna is lethal tempo stacked. He is right, clicking as hard as he can. And he will drop Frishy. Frosty TP's in. Underneath the tower. Public execution onto the Skarner. CC to death. Race here zoning out the Orianna and the Karma. Big shockwave on a 3! But the shielding from the Milio just keeps everyone alive! As Frosty and Autumn Leaf cleaning up the fight! That's a heartbreaker! As the Super Mega Death Rocket not hitting anyone as it's blocked by the Milio. And everyone limped away with sub 200 health besides the front line. Off that massive fight, we're seeing the gold lead balloon to 6,000 from the CaseOhs. While the kills only being six kills up, the difference is all in the tower plating. 11 plating to 3. That's where most of that gold difference is coming in at this point. Next objective is right now as Herald has spawned, but another team really giving it a big priority. Dragon in 2.5 minutes. Sejuani looking to gank the Shen on the top side. Public execution did land from Sejuani. The Glacial Advance does land. Tungi has to flash over the wall to not get chain CC to death. Frosty accidentally taking a tower shot on the investment ahead of his own minions. As another tower plate does drop in the top side. Frosty with a 2-level lead over the Shen. Launcher Q from Karma will land on the Kog'Maw. He is slowed for a second. But Milio has the shield, which does give him that burst of move speed to get away from the Karma tether, so he does not get rooted, so he cannot get CC'd by the Jinx. The Wei ult does go wide as the pull from the EE did not land on Orianna. Frosty trying to take down this tower. Skarner is here, does pin him into the wall. Tungi will go down though. He does have the Kog'Maw fully stacked. The maximum health damage is shredding through Fishy. Orianna Shockwave does pull back Frosty. It's a big shutdown under your Orianna. But even then, Frosty did get the tower away, getting plates in the mid lane. Uh-oh, Ray's getting caught out by the Skarner as the fight is breaking up outside. Sejuani is here, Glacial Pressure does not land. Jinx is slow, but she is not stunned. Shen drops the Stand United onto Jinx. He does land the taunt onto Kog'Maw, but it's immediately cleansed by the Milio ult. And Kog'Maw will be sacrificed to save his own team as the Skarner shows up to pinch her off any escape routes. Dragon has spawned, but Abessa is here! Public execution lands onto Shen in the backline, but big Skarner pull onto 3! No one can move! But it doesn't matter! Frosty gets freed for a millisecond and is running rampant in this team fight. They do not have the damage to put him down. And while the fight might have started with Kogma going down for 3, or down for free, it's 3 members of Animal Farm taking down, as the dragon will then go the way of CaseOhs. Gold lead back to sitting about 5,000 gold towards the CaseOhs. 2 dragons to 1. That is the one advantage the Animal Farm has at this point. If they can keep stacking those dragons, work towards that Infernal Soul, Orianna Jinx can become even more of late game menaces, try to get that burst damage out. Orianna did go the Liandry, so we're not going to see the Seraphs build from either mid laner. Hui going for that full burn build with the Blackfire Torch, working towards that Liandry's. Kog'Maw with the full Bork, working towards that range blade. But Jinx does have that double item spike. What I assume working towards that Infinity Edge, try to really hit that 3 item spike, go crazy in these team fights. Does have an incredibly far range, which gets a kill, getting that bonus range from both the rockets and the item passive. If she gets 1 kill, it's going to be very difficult to get out of her range of that. Uh-oh, Tongi is spotted out by himself. Ambessa and Hui are here to punish. Blast comes away as far as he can. Ambessa chipping him down bit by bit. Tongi looking for any angle to try to make himself live. Does let a good dash to get back tower. The public execution for Frosty will land, catching him immediately and pinning him to the ground. Animal Farm's looking for a playback. Fishy trying to get on Emilio, but the soccer ball does knock him away as he stuns the Kog'Maw into the wall. But the Kog'Maw ult comes out early. It does not cleanse the Skarner's suppression. Just the pin. And Animal Farm's able to win back a trade on the 1-for-1. Swati goes in for a burst of the Karma. She doesn't get chunked low. Skarner lands the pin on the Hui. Jinx trying to follow the stand united onto Jinx to make some help, to make some room. The 20 trying to escape outward. Does flash out to find the angle. Frosty is here on the backline. Rifle getting deleted by Frosty's Ambessa. And Skarner's quick to follow as they went in too deep for the dive. They were not aware of the Ambessa on the flank until it was too late. Is that will be the CaseOhs looking to start up this Baron Nashor. Not even 21 minutes in, but with this Kog'Maw damage, I don't see why they couldn't do it. Jungler being dead for Animal Farms. They either don't know or they don't care about contesting it. Either way, this is a free Baron going the way of the CaseOhs. The Super Mega Death Rocket does land a bit late though, so they did know, but they knew they couldn't stop it normally. We do see Hui picking up that Magi Soul Stealer, currently at that 10-stack book, so getting that great extra move speed out of combat, able to be more active on these side lanes, knowing he has an extra mobility to get away, and has that flash up. The CaseOhs playing it slow with this Baron, playing a pseudo 1-3-1, letting Ambessa and Hui put the pressure on the side lanes with these Baron empowered minions. But Kog'Maw is going to reset. I'm assuming for a Rage Blade, and there it is, the Rage Blade on the Kog'Maw. Your on hits going faster, Currently not worrying about the Dusk and Dawn, not worried about that burst damage, more just that raw DPS to melt through the Skarner, melt through the Shen. Be that wall breaker so Frosty can get in that back line, and Hui has that extra room to pump out this DPS with the double burn. Animal Farm does have a pink port in that bush, so it will not fall off the cheese. And Sejuani just jumps to the wall anyway, does not care. Whale landing on the Skarner. They are being slowed. Public execution onto Jinx over the wall. As they're being run down. Glacial Prison onto Oriana in the backline. Shockwave on the tube. Emilio all does clean them up. Frosty just taking through everything with that healing from the Ambessa. Does not care about the damage because once that Jinx is down, they do not have the DPS to close out this Ambessa. She slowly heals through everything. As that is mid-tier 2 falling to the CaseOhs. More gold in their pocket. More pressure on the map. As that was Dragon also being secured. So that's 2 Dragons to 2. Double Infernal for the CaseOhs. And when you have this aggressive of a playstyle, you've got to imagine they want that bonus AD, that bonus scaling. 4 Infernal Dragon Hui is insanely disgusting poke. This is another 4 stacks on the Medjais for the Hui. And he just gets more CDR. As Sejuani with the Dusk and Dawn. I wasn't sure if they were going to do it, but this is something I've been seeing. Makes it so Sejuani can proc that passive stun a lot faster, only needing that 3 autos. She will double proc one of them. Makes it just that much harder to get away from her, and does also give her that bonus on-hit damage, so she does get a bit more bursty. Animal Farm looking for a pink, trying to pick out the Emilio. Slow dust in the land, but Sejuani is here. Glacial Prison onto Karma. She has nowhere to run. Kog'Maw in the backline is free firing. Public execution lands onto Karma. Frosty dodges the Skarner and the Skarner pin. He is not CC'd as he is running rampant in the backline of Animal Farm. They cannot lock down Zambessa. They cannot stop the advance. As Raze flash forward, strives to look to close out this game. But even with the Oriana alive, I can't imagine they'll hold out to clear this wave in time. As that is the case, though, breaking down the mid tower of Animal Farm. It looks like they're not going for the end, but they are going to try to set up this double inhibitor break. Mid inhib does fall. Top inhib tower will fall. But they do not have the DPS to take down the inhibitor itself in time. Instead, just opting for the clean reset, the disciplined mindset. We do see Frosty picking up that Serpent's Fang. He is tired of dealing with the Shen ult, the Skarner shield, the Oriana shield, the Karma shield. So many shields, he wants them gone. Kog'Maw working towards that Hurricane. Emilio picking up the Echoes of Helion, the Ardent Sensor, really enabling Kog'Maw to get that extra DPS and that extra shielding on these team fights. Really letting him be that hyper carry. Jinx, not yet that Infinity Edge. That's going to be your next big spike. Might be enough to make actual threat in these team fights. But right now, Sage's taking that little bit too long for it to become relevant in these fights. Either the Ambassador or the Sejuani jumps her early on and she cannot get that tempo stack fast enough. As the skirmish breaks out here at the bot side red buff. But ultimately, it is Sejuani taking it away from the Skarner. Everyone's mid lane like it's an A-ramp, but there's no objective for the taking. Sejuani going for an engage on this Skarner. He does have the shield, does just kind of walk it out. That is a very, very thick boy. And it will just be the CaseOhs forcing out this Baron again, having that vision control, that pressure. They do spot the Skarner. He is trying to get in position for the steal. They are not going to make it easy on him. Griffin in position with that fiery kickball to stop him out when he gets into the pit. And it will just be Baron melted as now they spot Frishy. He has to try to escape. Public Execution does lock it down for that a little bit longer. The burst from Frosty, and never mind not just the burst, the DPS coming out. Impale does land, but it's a little bit too late. As Frosty goes legendary on the Embest. Baron going over to CaseOhs. 11k gold lead to the CaseOhs. As their third Infernal Dragon has spawned. Quay TPing bot to look for this. They are looking to lock up this game soon and close it out. Lacuna finishing the Hurricane on this Pogba, being even more of a menace in these team fights. Autumn Leaf finishing up that third Infernal Dragon for the CaseOhs. That bonus adaptive scaling is getting harder and harder to deal with. Sejuani picking up a Seeker's Arm Guard. A very interesting pick, but with the Dusk and Dawn giving them that little bit of AP scaling. Yes, I see the build. It's something else, but with just 6-1 and 11, doesn't really matter what you build. Skarner trying to go for a desperation pin is not able to make it land. As CaseOhs heating up the pressure with these Baron empowered minions will break down this bottom inhib tower. 2 inhib remains for Animal Farm as the bottom inhib will also fall. They are pushing in a wave of supers crossing through middle right now. Frosty landing a quick trade onto Tungy. Autumn Leaf flashes forward, misses the stun onto the backline. Lacuna getting chunked down by these Jinx Rockets. But the Baron empowered super minions are here. And best of flash ult on the Jinx. She does go down. Answers the Karma. Skarner will impale 2 into the fountain. But it's not enough as Sejuani does pop the Zonias to live a little bit longer. And Frosty will live, as that is the Animal Farm's Nexus dropping to the CaseOhs. As the CaseOhs go up 2-0 in this series, a very dominant performance. Everyone doing their job precisely in these games, in the lanes, in the team fights. That's CaseOhs gonna be looking to close out this series in a 3-0 sweep when we come back for the draft at Game 3. Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away. But Scott of Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping out to death. does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking at the Big Rev, he is getting jumped down by the Garen. He's trying to jump forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the con.
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Porals realizes what's going on. They're trying to run for the Nasus. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can. I don't.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race. Nasus York on the Nexus, and they Seal Team flip with the heist of the century to steal Game 1.
Trying to play a little safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going into the Mundo. A lot of damage going into the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the mob for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
But Nautilus top guy towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult. But they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best. Does drop the Garen in the end. And also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with her own Spider-Man on the E!
Positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline causing him a mayhem.
They just
where they
lose
were taking
the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagin's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. Stealing the backline. Malphite flash forward slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade. The tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace for the Kimchi Poros.
Oh,
Kimchi Poros starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the entire time.
Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch dusting on the center, but Viego goes down to the backline. Twitch poison is ticking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear. But the zone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down!
Oh no, we sent everything onto Viego and we forgot that Twitch is the carry!
Big Rev is trying to hold him back with that passage, with that close Twilight. They have no way. Big Rev flashes forward, takes these here with him.
Flash
But now he can't clear the way. That's trying to 1v3 in the face, trying to hold his way back. One tower does fall, but Varus has respawned. The DPS has rejoined the fight. It's easier to clean up. Varus gets one, Varus gets two.
Still has flash. We're We're not at
And
the
Big
hostile
Red
takeover
takes
and
Pony into the death realm, so they can't even try to win here.
yeah.
Varus taking out the damage, being the late game carry. But Big Ref coming up big every fight, being the front line team lead. And then in crazy game 2, Island Boys clutch up and bring the series to 1-1. Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but Start a Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping out to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking at the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garen. He's trying to jump forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the con.
Fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Corals realizes what's going on. They're trying to run for the Nazis. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race! Nexus York on the Nexus! And they SEAL Team Flip with the heist of the century to steal game 1!
Safer, Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going into the Mundo. A lot of damage going into the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
But also top guy just towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult. But they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best. Does drop the Garen in the end. And also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with her own Spider-Man on the eve.
Positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Just flashing the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing him enough mayhem.
Where they were taking the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagin's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. Still in the backline. Malphite flash forward slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade, the tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace for the Kimchi Poro. Oh, Kimchi Poro starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the entire time.
Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch tossing on the center, but Viego goes down to the backline. Twitch poison is taking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear. But the zone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down!
Oh no, we sent everything onto...
Hello, hello! Welcome back to Final Boss Draft League. Week 4, Day 2, Game 3 between the CaseOhs and Animal Farm. CaseOhs currently up 2-0, looking to clean 3-0 sweep this series. They are running back the exact same roster, and Animal Farm, in an attempt to stop the 3-0 sweep, has pulled together a 170-point team roster. And I went back and I double-checked. This is currently the highest point roster that any team has run in the league. So, this is going to be their chance to stop the sweep. Let's see if they are able to pull it off. We'll find out when Animal Farm's ready's up after my dramatic entry. But hey, Chad, how you doing? It's your boy Dusik here. You know, just a nice Sunday evening. How y'all doing? You know, DMs are open. You know, just say hi. Always good to hear from y'all. We are still waiting on the last team to ready up in the draft link to get this final Game 3 started. Alright, and the banning phase has begun. CaseOhs on the blue side, Animal Farm on the red, the immediate Z ban. I have to imagine that there is something that they know. Again, the Amumu ban to follow up, and Animal Farm is going with the same bans again. the Gwen, the Syndra. CaseOhs keeping that Kaisa and Mumu band every single game, as it will be the Fiora as the last band for Animal Farm. Running back the exact same band, and CaseOhs saying, sure, we've done this song and dance before. Ripping away that Tristana. That was critical in getting those resets to take over those team fights in Game 1. Animal Farm looking like they might just run back that Game 1 draft themselves. Hovering that Twitch. And they are going to lock it in. It had a presence in that early game, but was not able to make enough work in the team fights. Will they swap up their support picks? Will they swap up their jungler? Or are they saying, we think the draft's good enough, we just can play it better now? Oh, they are hard pivoting this draft. It will be the Rumble second pick for Animal Farm. A historically obnoxious laner with a teamfight melting ultimate. It's one of those champions that's just always ever present because of that equalizer, because of that lane presence. If you're not careful, it can just tear apart entire teams. But CaseOhs still feeling incredibly comfortable going with the Braum Ambessa again. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is just the CaseOhs exact same draft from Game 1. No, they had the Camille Game 1, not the Ambessa. Oh, is it not Rumble top? The Renekton counterpick into the Ambessa. Are we seeing a Rumble in the jungle? I mean, there is always a theory of, you know, a Rumble mid lane along the lines of a Wet Rumble from back in the day. But that thing's been nerfed so many times. That was back when Rumble was all pure scaling before his Q got gutted and given max % health damage. I'm excited to see where the Animal Farm is planning on sending these champions as they ban away the Sejuani. One of the big teamfight enablers from the CaseOhs had the previous game. And once again, the CaseOhs banning away that Malzahar, taking away those comfort easy picks. And Mobile Animal Farm's last band of the Series B. Are they worried about a jungler? Are they worried about a mid laner? Let's see what they're thinking. Oh, okay. I thought I was zoned out there too hard. It is a unofficial Smolder ban from Animal Farms as their last ban, as Rakan banned away from the CaseOhs. So once again, CaseOhs worried a bit about that Wombo combo potential with the Rakan and taking away that easy laner in the Malzahar. Animal Farm's pick here should indicate where Rumble's going, unless they're just gonna grab their support. Looks like they're playing, and they will grab the Rel. Phenomenal Wombo combo tool with this Rumble. Hold the entire team on top of that equalizer. Not sure how well it pairs with Twitch. But if you look at it purely from a team fight, phenomenal pick. I think it does struggle a bit into the Braum because that shield does stop a lot of the follow-up engage or follow-up damage from the Twitch. But might not matter. as the J4, the Crown Prince of Demacia, coming in for the CaseOhs in the jungle. Autumn Leaf with a great performance on the Sejuani last game, looking to play this Jarvan. So, I'd imagine we see some kind of AP-heavy pick here from the CaseOhs to round up this comp. Right now, they are all 80 damage into a Renekton, into a Rel. And there's a phenomenal pairing to end it out on with the Talia. That hyper-scaling, hyper-mobile on the map. Great team fight, great disengage. Mid laner that we have been seeing in pro play with a massive presence for a long time. And with the Galio hover, it all but confirms it is a rumble in the jungle. Once they lock it in. It is a Galio lock-in on R5 for Animal Farm in the mid lane. So we are going to see the rumble in the jungle. And once again, both teams doing the similar playstyle. Animal Farm trying to play for this wombo combo, one-shot everyone. Rel goes in, Galio goes in, Equalizer on top, Twitch rat-a-tat-tat from the side. For the CaseOhs, just playing these lane-dominant reset champions. Just Donna and Ambessa just having this massive damage output. Jarvan locking down that backline, giving Talia those free shots, and Braum just this massive disruption tool with the stun, with the Glacial Fissure. We've seen these two comps go head-to-head time and time again. The last two games, the CaseOhs ran away with both of them pretty early on. But will they do it again? Looking at the comps, I want to go Animal Farm. I want to believe in the Rumble Jungle. I want to believe in the Galio. Those are my favorite picks. And you know what? I'm putting it on the line. Animal Farm takes this. They take it to a 2-1. They do not get swept here. But the only way we're going to find out is when we come back for Game 3 to wrap up this series. Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but Star Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping on to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking on the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garen. Star jumps forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls for the con.
Fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love. Risk the fall, oh, we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless roads colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Force realizes what's going on. They're trying to run for the Nasus. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can. Are
they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race! Nasus York on the Nexus! And they SEAL Team flip with the heist of the century to steal game 1.
Trying to play a little safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going into the Mundo. A lot of damage going into the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end up shooting the kill. Bears will take it.
Hearing voices from afar, join the madness when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack.
Trying, but Nautilus top guy towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult, but they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best, does drop the Garen in the end, and also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with her own Spider-Man on the E.
Unlucky positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing him a mayhem.
They just
where they
lose
were taking
themselves the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagin's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore.
No!
Stealing the backline. Malphite flash forward and slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does Faith rushing away, but the Silver Boomerang Blade, the tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace for the Kimchi Poros.
Oh, their hands.
Kimchi Poros starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick, but they are spotted the
Aaron's too
entire
far
time.
away. Kind of coming in now officially.
Twitch poison only lands on Aurelia. Malphite ult onto Viego, trying to chase these down. Twitch tossing on the center, but Viego goes down to the back line. Twitch poison is ticking on Aurelia. Aurelia will fall, but Volibear and Malphite, they try to jump Twitch. Twitch just gets stunned by Volibear, but the zone just keeps him alive as the Twitch poison does take him down.
Oh no, we sent everything onto Viego and we forgot that Twitch is the carry!
Big rep is trying to hold them back with that passage, so that's close to my line. They have to Big Red flashing forward, takes these here with him.
Flash
But now he
forward.
can't clear the way. That's trying to 1v3 in the face, trying to hold his way back. One tower does fall, but Varus has respawned. The DPS has rejoined the fight. Is he there to clean up? Varus gets one, Varus gets two.
Still has flash. Renata has
And
the
Big
hostile
Red
takeover
takes
and
Honey into the death realm, so he can't even try to win here.
yeah.
Varus taking out the damage, being the flanking carry. But Big Ref coming up big every fight, being the front line of team needs. And then a crazy game 2. Island Boys clutch up and bring the series to 1-1. Fast Ignite. He is spinning to winning inside of all of Island Boys. There is flashing away, but Sonic Flash Auto does take him down. She has the reset. She's jumping on to death. Does get the triple kill. Has the reset going back over. Looking on the Big Rev. He is getting chunked down by the Garen. Kind of jumps forward. Will Big Rev make it out? He does have the blast code. But the knockup for their con cancels the auto. And Big Rev falls to the con.
Do we fight to hold our heads up high and beat the drum to what we love? Risk the fall, or we have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless roads colliding. Only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call?
Kimchi Poros realizes what's going on. They're trying to run to the Nasus. Viger's trying desperately to buy as much time as he can. I don't.
Are they gonna lose the base race?
It's a base race. Nasus York on the Nexus, and they Seal Team flip with the heist of the century to steal Game 1.
Play a little safer. Reborn just goes in, gets a chunk. A lot of damage going into the Mundo. A lot of damage going into the Nautilus. Nautilus finally going down. So much damage onto our jungler and support. They're gonna fall. But Astro Smash finally falling to the Bears at the end. And the Mop for the solo kill in the top lane. Xayah ult coming through. The recall doesn't end the stream kill. Bears will take it.
Hearing voices from afar, join the madness when the curtain falls. Risk it all, hold nothing back. Seize the day, we must attack.
Try, but Nautilus top guy towards the front line. He can't get in there. He is locked down by the grounded field. Victor is outputting the damage. He is inside the ult, but they get blast code away. Cade can't find the kill. Xayah is outputting the damage. He doesn't have the ult this time. Garen does drop her. Mundo trying his best, does drop the Garen in the end, and also does land onto Cade. He's trying his best. That healing from the Cade is insane. They do not have the damage to put him down for good. Nautilus tried to Spider-Man away, but Leona follows with their own Spider-Man on the eve.
Unlucky positioning from Rev too, getting caught there. Not ideal. Ditto Bob might also be caught here.
Does flash the Aurelia stun. Diego looking to get that reset, but Aurelia is dashing forward, is in the backline, causing enough mayhem.
Where they were taking the game.
They did take down the Viego, and Yagan's going crazy on the Volibear. They don't have the damage taken down anymore. Still in the backline. Malphite flash forward and slow onto Garen. Garen spinning to win. He does face rushing away, but the Sivir Boomerang Blade, the tip of it does drop Garen, and it's another ace for the Kimchi Poros.
Forced their hand.
Kimchi Poros starts the Elder. It is being melted down surprisingly quick. Hello and welcome back to Final Boss Draft League. We are here with Game 3 between the CaseOhs and Animal Farm. The CaseOhs looking to wrap this up with a 3-0 sweep. Animal Farm pulling out the highest point roster we've seen all season so far to try and prevent the sweep. As we see chaos happening in level 1 already, Braum throwing the Q off onto Rel. She is just kind of standing there menacingly. They saw the sweeper pop, so no one's dropping a ward. As everyone just agrees to stand around. The ward is finally dropped. The Twitch does manage to pick it up for and trade for a little bit of the Rel's health bar. Another ward was dropped, so he immediately gone. Twitch is invisible. They do not see him. The Guardian from Braum blocks all of that damage. Nothing actually comes out of it. As we are just going to go back to standard laning very quickly. Frosty on Symbessa into the counter pick. Renekton, very common pick to deal with this very crazy late game scaler. Try to put down that early pressure. We'll have to see if Shredman can make enough use of it. It is the Rumble in the jungle with the Conqueror. So I wonder if we're going to see this AP Bruiser build. As Shredman gets a quick trade on the Frosty, does win it down, then dashes away with the second part of the Slice and the Dice. Frosty uses the shield, goes for a quick trade on the Shredman, does come out a little bit ahead. But right now it's a battle of inches on the top side, trying to get out that pressure. Frosty getting a huge chunk out of him by Shredman. As we're starting to see the pressure of this Renekton. And he has that Ignite for the dive. So Frosty has to be careful. One bad move. He does have Jarvan nearby, so he could try to get some assistance. But this is one of those matchups where Renekton gets that early lead. He can very easily run away with it. Frosty going forward. Renekton doesn't have the empowered W to bring that shield. Conqueror is stacked, but he does not have the Fury. He burns it on the second part of Slice and Dice, getting no armor shred. Talia is completely out of mana. Galio, while he is a little low on health, he has no fear from that health range. Talia cannot output any more damage. Rumble finishes his camp, is onto that Scuttle Crab at 3 minutes exactly. The bottom side from the CaseOhs is coming up for the collapse. Gale getting big taunt on Talia. Does have the Aftershock, is trying it out. But Autumn Leaf is here, the Jarvan, to save his mid laner, bail him out, but so is Frishy. We might see a full-on 2v2 in the mid lane, but no, it is going to be just a disengage, and them trying to shove this out. Shredman into this Mbessa, does burn the Slice and Dice and keeps taking these short trades, but is not able to actually pressure Frosty back. The wave is going to crash, and Frosty should be able to get a free reset off. Autumn Leaf on the knockup onto Frishy as they are on the evade. Frishy is overheated. He does have those empowered autos. Melting Jarvan health bar. He does hit him with the E to cancel the recall. Dirty, dirty Rumble. Quick trade going on the bottom side of a bomb, throwing up the shield to really stop any further attempt of any kind of all-in. Well, I'm a bit sad to see it. We are seeing Galio go for that full defensive setup in the mid lane. We have been seeing more and more of the full AP Bruiser with things such as the Proto Belt into the Rift Maker, giving that more threat as an AP caster rather than just a straight-up tank. Both are equally viable, but could always just be a comfort pick. Ooh, Frosty a good quick trade. Shredman holding on to the ability. Does Slice and Dice, shredding through Frosty's armor. But he didn't have any follow-up afterwards, so that extra Fury does not do anything. Kai landing a good taunt onto Talia. Does land the Aftershock. Does land multiple passive autos. Ray's getting chunked out. He is getting melted down by the Galio, but one combo will not be enough. He is half health. As long as he can avoid the second one, will be fine. Does have flash up. And the top side, both are level 6. Both are able to go with that all in. Shredman's Q hits nothing but airs. Frosty keeps landing these pokes. Shredman dashes in, drops the Dominus, drops the Ignite. He is looking for the kill in the front. Does have to flash away. That is both summoners burned out of the Renekton just for Frosty's Slash. Shredman did also drop the ultimate to get that extra fury. Does not land the W to get the free kill. Frosty is incredibly low, so he will have to back off. He will miss this minion wave. And that does mean Shredman's picking up some free plates in the meantime. Oh, Galio stops the Jarvan Flag and Drag with an incredible knockup. First going for the all-in, is able to take down the Jargon for first blood. Phenomenal knockup by Kai to stop the Jarvan from getting away. Best of crashing this top wave into Shredman. It's more just positioning going on the bot side. Neither side wants to risk that all in and throw off the tempo of the lane. Shredman slices forward. Does not dice forward. Empowers Q to get healing off the way. Frosty knows this thing is down, goes in for the trade with the shield, absorbs the entire feedback from the W from the Renekton. Only Renekton's empowered W breaks shields for free, not the base. Kai dashing forward, Justice Punch on Talia does land the taunt, is knocked back by the seismic shove, still lands some good trades on the Talia. Fight breaking out on the top side, but we'd rather just focus on this wave clear mid lane, as it looks like ultimately nothing happened in the top side. No ults burn, no summoner spells burn, just probably a threat of the rumble and then them disengaging. Kai just punches forward. Does lend the taunt onto Raze, but Jarvan is here, does have the Cataclysm. But even if he drops it, Kai might just live through it. Kai looking for the Q onto Talia, but the equalizer for Rumble does take it down! Galio ulti disengaged to jump 2 feet backwards! As Frishy picks up a double kill on the Rumble. And Galio lives at sub 50 health. Heroic entrance to jump backwards those 10 feet. Alright, everyone just kind of positioning around the map. No real objectives going on. Dragon spawning in 1 minute 30 seconds. Oh, Kai with a great buffer through the knockback of the seismic shove. Lands the Justice Punch onto good trade with the Aftershock and the taunt. Kai dashing forward again, looking for the trade, but he might have gone too far. Raze lands the seismic shove, and Galio, or Braum is here to stun the Galio. And then the exhaust on the Galio is slowed. He does have to flash away. Justice Punch tips the Griffin. He is not able to dash away for free. Rill is here to try to save the mid laner, but they are not able to. Braum does get the kill onto the Galio. Rumble's here to try to clean up the kill. Equalizer is not quite up yet, but the Harpoon missile does land, and Zambessa is here. The public execution lands on Rel, but the Griffin takes away the kill again. Despite it going 2 for 2. Or 2 for 1. Both the kills went onto your Braum. That is unfortunately not where you need the gold going in this situation. Rumble picking up his full Leandries as both top laners get their eclipses. Dragon has spawned, Rumble running down, Jarvan also in the vicinity. Both bot lanes trying to shove out, get this lane priority for this objective. Tristana though will have that early shove with the explosive charge to melt through this wave. CaseOhs did have that early shove, but Jarvan does not like the matchup. He is going to disengage. He is going to... No, he's not going to go for the reset. He's faking it. Oh, no, he's going back for the reset. Wondering if he's trying to go for lane gank, but Shredman double dashing forward does get a quick trade with the Eclipse Shield. But Frosty is much better on the all-in. Has the own trade back. And Frosty's cooldowns are a lot shorter right now. Does the Eclipse shield through most of Frosty's damage, throws down the dominance, but Frosty was already out of there. So once again, Renekton ult burn to ultimately gain nothing. As Animal Farm does get the dragon. Rifle drops the ultimate. Shredman does go for the all-in flash ignite, does land the W, but there is no follow-up. Talia Weaver Waltz in the top side as Jarvan stuck in the Cataclysm. He is just a rat in a cage for a fish in a barrel as he is taken down by the CaseOhs. We do see Tristana finishing her ADC quest, getting that bonus gold and bonus gold income from all minions for the rest of the game. Alright, first items coming in across the board for those who hadn't already. Jarvan getting that Sundered Sky. Both Twitch and Tristana getting that Yuan Tao, going for that scaling crit build. While Braum with that early lead from those two kills has picked up the Vandal Bagpipes. When he lands that slow, giving his nearby allies move speed and attack speed. And someone like Braum who, just by existing, slows people is a phenomenal item. Twitch opens up into Tristana immediately. Did he burn the ulti? No, it was just barely off cooldown. Okay. Luckily he had ulted there. Rel lets it stun the Braum. Galio jumps forward, does land Justice Punch. Taunt is gonna follow there. Twitch is dropping the DPS, but he doesn't have the damage to burst through the tankiness of Griffin. Shredman dropping the dominance again! Just burning it on cooldown to keep up this lane pressure. As Frishy covering the mid lane, not letting us really get too many plates for free. Jarvan here does EQ forward, flash Cataclysm onto Twitch. He does drop the spray spray, but the Bronze Shield blocks most of the damage. But Galio has the heroic entrance, the easier for the follow-up. He's collapsed on by the Rumble. Absolutely melting onto the Tristana as the Equalizer does not do enough. And Bessa burned the TP, but Renekton did cancel it. I gotta wonder if maybe they should just let the TP go through. They were in position to collapse onto the Ambessa. Griffin trying to go for the recall, but Frishy's not gonna let it happen for free. The Flame Spitter is going to demolish him as the Leandries is gonna finish him off. Ray's having to burn the seismic shove to disengage from the Galio. That phase rush move speed, letting him get away for free. As they do take down that first tower midside. Lacuna walks up for a second, gets some vision down, but gets jump scared by Frishy on this Rumble. Immediately needs up power. He never left! Frishy's gonna go straight in for the dive! The Flame Spitter just has enough raw damage with the MR Shred of the Electro Harpoon. And just straight up melts the Tristana. Weaver's Wall does come in from the Talia. But the junk shield keeps him alive for just a second longer, but it's not enough. Rom is here to block the Twitch damage. Does throw up the wall, does end the Glitch person, and does shield his carry. Twitch cannot go through the Braum. And another kill going over onto the Talia. Some much needed gold finally going into her pocket. Okay, so it's picking up this Rift Herald now that they finally have some lane dominance, usually to get these objectives going. Dragon spawning in 45 seconds. Their jungler in topside has not picked up the Herald yet. Okay, whoo! Thought we were about to have a missed Herald pickup. But Autumn Leaf did remember last second to grab that Herald, so he will have his driver's license. As Griffin getting caught out of river and setting up vision, but there is no follow-up on the Rel stun. This Braum being such a pain for Rifle, he might have this positioning, but as long as that Braum still is there, he cannot go for the all-ins. Herald being dropped by Autumn Leaf in the mid lane. I can't help but think that was a misclick. As the fight's setting up to break out in this river. Autumn Leaf going in onto the rumble, but a massive Rel ult on top as the Equalizer is melting through with the Galio Justice with the dramatic entrance. As the queso is being melted by the wombo combo of the animal. And that is exactly what their comp wants to do. Layer that CC on top of the Equalizer and just let them get melted. 3 for 0. As the quesos limp away to lick their wounds another day. Autumn Leaf trying to go for steal, but Shredman playing this brick wall. Not letting him get in for free. Autumn Leaf has stuck around. Does EQ into the pit! He does steal the dragon! Now Rifle's getting run down by the Jarvan. He doesn't have anyone there to back him up. Rel does get their time to save the AD carry. But all of Animal Farm left the pit. So Autumn Leaf just flag and dragged over the wall to steal the dragon from under their nose. Denies them the soul point and buys more time for the scaling comp from the quesos. Everyone goes back immediately to farming. Griffin setting up vision in the top side of Animal Farm's jungle. Twitch alone in the mid lane is just trying to farm, but cannot get too far forward by himself. Taunt from the Galio will not connect on the Talia. That Phase Rush making it incredibly difficult for any kind of follow-up as those rock volleys are just flying out. The Rylai's Crystal Scepter making it next to impossible for Kai to get away. Volley after volley, chip after chip. Kai is gonna live, but it's limping away at a third health. Shredman going for a trade onto Frosty, but that Eclipse Shield and the Mbessa base shield is not being broken through. He doesn't have that empowered W to shred through those shields. Frosty just winning those long trades. Uh-oh. Griffin getting caught out in the mid lane. He is 3v1 by himself. Throws down the buys some space. And they actually manage to survive. They do not have the damage to melt through that Braum. Rel does land the stun, but it does not matter. Twitch poison to stop the Braum reset. Not letting him recall for free as Rumble gets into reset of his own. Gets the Proto Belt and the Seeker's Arm Guard. As Twitch is working towards this Hurricane, I have to assume. No, it's the Demon Hunter bolts? I think that's the name of the item. Fiend Hunter Bolt. Hey, I was close. So when he pops that Ulking, that bonus attack speed and that bonus true damage on his crits. Tristana also taking a reset. I'm assuming going to pick up the Infinity Edge. Nope, just more components for it. As gold is dead even right now. But different lanes are ahead on different teams. Jungle and AD ahead for Animal Farm, but top and mid ahead for the CaseOhs. Dragon spawning in 140. Baron is live. Any ace could be the end. Rifle looking for a pick, but knows if he gets caught, that's very desperate. Frosty keeping this pressure on the Shredman in this quote-unquote counter matchup, not giving the Renekton an ounce of room to breathe. Keeping up this ridiculous pressure on that Abyssa with the Spear Shojin, having that extra damage. Jarvan is here to follow up his top lane if an all-in does happen. Shredman is by himself. The Rumble is in river, but he's definitely too far out to assist if it dies. But Jarvan will back off. Uh-oh, Brahm's big cutout going for a ward. Frosty is here to follow up. Down. The Galliwald is cancelled. Rifle's getting chunked out by the Celia by himself. Public execution on the Rifle from overall from Frosty. He does go down to 1-for-1. Seismic shove onto 2. Onto the Unravel to Earth. It does stun half the team. But the crash down from Rel will buy enough time with the Rumble Frame Splitter to melt through the CaseOhs. The fight ultimately going 3-for-1 Torchwave Animal Farm. Yes, you got the ADC, but he's not the threat at this point. It's the Galio, it's the Rumble. And you're not bursting through those. As with that huge man lead, they're going to look on this Ocean Dragon. Animal Farm looking to pick up the third dragon. Can Autumn Leaf steal it again? No, he cannot. I thought you were about to have a repeat of an LCK match where, no, I think it was an LPL match where Jarvan stole a dragon and a Baron, both with just a swag flag in the same game. Shit was hilarious. Alright, with the dragon down, both teams slowly rotating over this Baron. The only objective up on the map to lead it down the bot side does have teleport and the Weaver's Wall to cover that distance quickly. And Bessa dropping the top lane. Galio trying to cover, but he's not going to win that 1v1, and both people know it. Rel trying to pressure back this Braum, but he does throw up the shield. Shredman does land the stun on the Braum. There's no follow-up. It's a quick trade, and they take the vision control. But the longer they stay here, the more time Tilly has to take that bot lane tower, push out these waves, continue that gold lead. Rel finally noticing the vision of the pit, starts to clear it out. Twitch looking for a flank on Tristana, does have the Fiend Bolt, does the damage, but does not have the burst to finish her off. Tristana does use the Buster Shot to disengage. But with the Renekton in the bot side, there's nothing they can do to follow this up. They can't look for a Baron, they can't look for a mid tower. But they can't look for a Braum as he walks towards that bush again. Has to flash away and throw down the Glacial Chasm. The third time now he's walking that bush. He's found a Rel and a Rumble. Man needs some R&R, but that's not the kind of R&R he needs. Jarvan looking for a flag and drag. Does jump in the backside. The entire team is here to cover. Equalizer down on top as Galliwald is making Renekton TP's in and does have the dominance. Does burst down the Tristana. But Galio's going in deep, but the tower is still alive. The tower does fall, ultimately 1-for-0. But Shredman's not done, he's trying to look deeper. They don't have any way to continue the fight. Shredman loses the fucking chicken to the burn from the jungle passive from the Jarvan. Man literally just lost the fried chicken. As Animal Farm looking to break down this mid-tier 2. But they don't have any real DPS. Public Execution just barely misses onto the Rumble. Frosty looking for that engage to get this fight going down. Jarvan going forward, trying to clear out this pink wave. Does flag and drag forward. Rel tries to crash down over the wall, but is cancelled by the seismic shove. Rumble goes in the middle of the team fight, does throw down the flame splitter, Renekton in the backline. But Rifle is firing open into the middle of this team fight. He does have the protection of the Galio, but the Jarvan does take him down. It might look good in the beginning, but the Renekton cannot get onto the Tristana. It's slow from the Relies, and he does fall to the Tristana. It looked good in the beginning, but ultimately it is a 3-for-4. CaseOhs finally picking up a team fight. Lacuna and Raze coming in big with that zoning, with that spacing, having that room take over that team fight, despite the Twitch, despite the Rumble, despite the Renekton, having that uptime to slowly trick through that team. Talia finishing up the Crypt Bloom, gonna be able to melt through this Galio now. She is now the main DPS threat for the team. They have to find some way to burst her down. That's a very tricky task. Dragon spawning in 50 seconds, that is soul for Animal Farm. So this will be a heavily contested dragon. I'd be shocked if we saw anything but a full-on 5v5. Almost every flash is up from the CaseOhs. And Animal Farm, yeah, almost every flash is up, so it's going to be a very explosive fight. Raze throwing this poke out with the Rylai's Crystal Scepter being such a nuisance. You get hit once, you're going to get hit 5 times from that slow. Using that Unraveled Earth to just keep chipping, just keep poking. This isn't even poking, they're just destroying bit by bit, disassembling Animal Farm. It's such a pain to try to approach once you set up in this position. Throwing out volley after volley, Animal Farm has to just keep disengaging, looking for their window. But they're not finding any. Seismic Shove does chunk down the Renekton. He does not have his teleport up, so he is having to stay. Rel for the crash down onto 2 in the backline. Equalizer on top is not hitting the carries, though. Twitch cannot find an angle. Renekton in the backline does burst down the Tristana. She is down, but Talia is in the backline still. Public Execution is not enough. Twitch is not gonna go down, but Talia is still free to fire. Galio trying to work down this Braum, does land the Justice Punch, does land the Winds of Change. But ultimately, Talia is up, and they cannot force it through this damage. TP coming in from Mbessa, she's not done yet! Animal Farms has to full disengage. Rifle pops the invisibility looking for the Talia, but there is no angle to follow up. CaseOhs looking to start up this dragon, trying to deny the soul point. Rifle is here, but there's no smite on either side, and he cannot get in range to try to steal this. The only way it's getting stolen is if it is a poison tick, which I'd be... and the poison is gone. The CaseOhs 3 hard-fought fight pick up their second dragon, denies Animal Farms their Ocean Soul. And that's exactly what they need. Buy more time. Get this Talia scaled. Get the Tristana scaled. Get the Mbessa scaled. Because even though they're dead even, these fights are so close. If they can get that little bit more, should be able to run over these team fights. Both sides just back to farming, trying to reach their item spikes. Twitch does have the Infinity Edge, looking for a pick on Lacuna, but he's going to rocket jump to safety, not risk the pick. Saw Rel engage his speed up, knew there was something fishy going on. As Animal Farm looks towards this Baron, they see Ambessa bot side. They know she has no teleport. But they are just going to clear out vision. I feel like they could have just rushed that down there. Call the bluff. Because they don't know where Jarvan is. If they see the Ambessa still just split pushing. Animal Farm needs to make a play. They're going to slowly keep getting bled out. So they're taking a reset dragon in 3 minutes. Baron is live. Both sides just playing this game so slowly as Talia picks up the death cap. 4 items on this Talia with a fully stacked Dark Seal. She is massive. Those rocks aren't poking. They are chipping you away to nothingness. Animal Farm trying to push down mid lane, but no, if they get flanked, they are doomed, so playing it very respectfully. Do clear out the pink and do spot the normal vision also. Jarvan in the bush, just playing Vanguard, not letting them get the vision down for free. Animal Farm clearing out the vision, then immediately reset, again, not wanting to risk the Ambessa flank. Rifles goes invis, stealth forward, but does not find anyone, so we'll just clear the wave and reset again. Starting to feel like the classic saying, if it doesn't work, do it once. It doesn't... until Weaver walls in, but there is no follow-up. The seismic shove lands and Proto belts away. Weaver wall does fall as Kai is taking up. Equalizer down onto 2, but the backline is not touched until Twitch gets there. The spray and pray is straight through the team as Renekton is zoning out the Ambessa. She cannot get into the fight. But Tristana is free firing relative to good engage, but there's no follow-up. Everyone else is still over the wall. Heroic entrance on top. They cannot find Tristana, but they do get her as the rocket jump goes out. Public execution lands on the rail. Frosty is in the backline. Rifle does go down to the Talia. She is poisoned, but she will live through it. Kai does not kill Frosty. Does not get hit by the seismic shove, but he is still gonna drop. Rel drops to the Braum as Shredman is running for his life. But the Braum Q will land as he gets stunned, and it will just get run down by the Ambessa, by the Jarvan. And yet again, a very close team fight just gets edged out by the CaseOhs. And that's now the gold lead in their favor with the Baron in their eyes. Rumbles up in 7 seconds, but I don't know if he gets here in time. That Talia is making very, very quick work of the Baron. That max % health damage on the big Q from Talia, I believe. I could be entirely wrong about that, though. Just with raw AP damage, Rumble could not even get in range to drop the equalizer. As CaseOhs, for the first time this game, have a sizable gold lead and are able to actually put it to use on the map. Dragon up in 20 seconds. This would put them to their 3rd Ocean Dragon. As Animal Farm is looking to try to set up some kind of defense over it. But with this Baron buff, I feel like you are at such a disadvantage. You have to just give the Dragon. CaseOhs bot lane clearing out this vision, taking down this dragon, so it will be Animal Farm just giving up this 3rd dragon. Drake's now standing 3v3, but the CaseOhs having triple Ocean Dragon, looking at a potential 4th, is so much health and mana regen in these fights. The longer it goes, the more it favors them. I can't help but wonder in these close team fights if it is those Ocean Druids making that tiny, tiny bit of difference to just edge them out just barely over Animal Farm. Galio mistimes the Justice Punch, does not cheat through the seismic shove as he is one-shot by the entirety of the CaseOhs. As they are now just looking to break the base with the 4-5 advantage. Twitch is on the flank, but he is not openly jumping yet. He is in the backline as Rel does go in. But the public execution immediately into Twitch, but the Talia did fall. Renekton on the backline, but does get pushed away by the Tristana. Twitch did go down. Renekton did go down. Rumble is the only one up. A valiant effort by Animal Farm. But sadly, just a little bit too late. As Frishy does his best to try to the base, drops his own, throws the Flame Spitter. But ultimately, he will fall to Lacuna. And just like that, the CaseOhs take the series 3-0. Despite being behind over 5,000 gold and 2 dragons. Pulled together, played these team fights, played the macro. And in the end, managed to squeak out this insane comeback victory. And games like that is what League is all about. But that will be the final game we have for you guys tonight. This has been the Final Boss Draft League. This was week 4, day 2. I have been Dusik, and it has been my pleasure to cast for you. Hope you have a good night. Hope you enjoyed some games. Take it easy, and we'll see you next week.